Okay, here we go. Welcome back to Guitar Quackery Live. You're watching Guitar Quackery Live, the one and only live streaming guitar repair channel. How about that? Now, normally, I am doing these live streams for the benefit of my customers so that they can watch me work on their guitars in real time as I work on their guitars. So if I drop a hammer by accident on the guitar, it's all recorded. So yeah, how about that? Full transparency. But right now, I don't have a guitar on the bench. In fact, let me show you my bench. This is it. I have these. So I made these on my milling machine. These are, I don't know what to call them, so I call them fret calls, and it's for polishing frets. They come in different sizes. So this is based in millimeters. The radius is 1 millimeter, the radius of this channel, okay? And it's 0.75 millimeters deep. Now this radius is 2.5 millimeters, so you can clearly see the difference. In fact, I am going to have a peek through the microscope. Oh, look at that, we have one viewer. So welcome back to Guitar Quackery Live. Yeah, I'm making some tools for the shop. I've been talking about this for a while, that I was going to make some. And I finally spent, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours making them. Last night and the night before. The night before, I messed up, so I had to start from scratch last night. What are the old ones? Because I did make some kind of test pieces. I don't know where they are. Well, no problem. I have these now. So we're going to have a look at my work through the microscope here. Here they are. So this works with sandpaper. You wrap it around and polish the frets. Like I said, they come in different sizes. I guess I wrote this upside down. I should be looking at the number like this, right? But this is a 1 millimeter radius, not the diameter. So it's a 2 millimeter diameter, right? Radius. And if we look through the microscope, we can clearly see the little channel, okay? So I made this on my milling machine, and it's a very time-consuming process to make these. I didn't realize. So I won't be making them to sell them. So like I said, this is the 1 millimeter radius. Let's compare it to the 2.5 millimeter radius. Yeah, you can see the difference. And they are both 0.75 millimeters deep, okay? So that's what I decided, because I figure if a fret is about 1 millimeter in height, the crown, we don't want it to be too deep, because then we cannot polish the crown well. And I need to finish the job. So here I have this. This is just sandpaper. I have a 120 grit and an 80 grit. So, you know, it's pretty uncomfortable. So I just need to do this, that's all. Okay. Not all around, not the business end of it, right? Just the outer end. Just to knock off that edge. Okay, and this I cut at a 45-degree angle because that's gonna go here. All right, so that I don't have a sharp corner sticking into my hand. And then this. So I just want it to be comfortable when I use it. Yeah, that feels good. Okay. Seems like I have some bone dust on the sandpaper. Let's clean it up first. So I just thought I would do something different today. And I will be using this on a guitar later today. I have a new viewer watching. Sometimes I make my own tools. So these are fret polishing cauls to hold the sandpaper. I don't know what to call them, so I call them cauls, C-U-L-L. Oh yeah, here are the old ones that I made. So these were some early designs. Now that's not my invention, right? I borrowed the idea from Ken Parker. I also see that Music Nomad came up with a version of it. And I just recently saw a video on YouTube. I forgot the name of the channel. Some British guy was using something similar that looked like a product he bought. So I left a message on his video, was asking what is that tool. He has not replied yet. So that was just yesterday, actually. So I just need to make them more comfortable. Yeah, acrylic is quite, it's a hard material, so it can be quite sharp. And I also made this channel here. That's might be used. I might put some self-adhesive sandpaper inside of this, so that when I hold the sandpaper wrapped around, it doesn't slip, right? Now, obviously, I don't want to damage this. I'm not going to do any sanding of this part. I made 6 of them in 6 sizes. Okay, this is the smallest one, this is the biggest one. And these are in between sizes. I'm excited because I've been meaning to make these for a while. And I knew it was going to take me longer than anticipated, which it did. It took quite a few hours. So it's not something that I will be making for sale, because I would need to really charge for my time, and it would just be too expensive. I don't have a CNC machine. I do have a milling machine, so it's all done by hand. With a CNC machine, you might be able to just push the button and walk away. But here I spend a significant amount of time making each one. So and I might make some more if I need any, like for mandolin frets that are really a small diameter crown. I actually cut up 8 pieces of this yesterday, and 2 of them I just damaged. So I meant to make 8 of them. Lesson learned. I should have cut up maybe 10 pieces. So I'm going to just do these corners for now. And I'm going to mount some sandpaper here, at least on one of them. See if it's even needed or not. So this does help. Otherwise, you know, when I was using the old ones, they would really cut into my hand. So with the new ones, I have this 45-degree corner, and now I'm doing this as well. So. And with these, the frets come out really, really shiny. So yeah, I will be using one of them. I don't know which size yet, on the Gibson SG that I already started working on. Today I'll be polishing the frets, which is why I want to finish these so that I can use one of them for the job. I made these in my fabrication shop, which is located in Brooklyn. This here is located in Manhattan, right? But my fabrication shop is in Brooklyn, and right now it's in disarray. So I am renovating the whole space. I can still kind of work in it, but it's not presentable. So once it is presentable, I do plan on doing some live streams from there. But obviously I need to buy a whole bunch of cameras. And a switcher. So I don't know who's watching. I see that 3 people are watching. If you're new to this channel, this is a Guitar Quackery Live. I do live streams from this workshop. Normally, I work on customers' guitars during live streams. So customers can see me, can watch me work on their guitars if they choose to do so. I don't live stream every guitar I work on, but I try to keep the channel going so that, you know, every week there's at least 2 or 3 live streams. Okay, so that's prepped. I no longer need this, but like I said, I want to mount some self-adhesive. How about this 180 grit? Okay. So this, first let me show you how this works. A sandpaper here, cut up into strips. So this has been used, okay? And I used it with the old one, right? So it goes around like this, and then I just polish the fret. But this corner was sharp, which is why I made this corner like this on the new ones. And I also made them taller. Just it's easier to hold them. And you can see that this is slippery. So here, I want to mount some self-adhesive sandpaper. Maybe I should cut it up this way. Yeah. And that's going to hold this sandpaper, right? So why don't we do that? And I have, okay, I need this, a straight edge, and a cutting board as well. 6 viewers. 6 viewers and 1 like. So either 5 of you don't like what you are watching, or maybe you just forgot to click because you like it so much. It's just so captivating. But I am showing you how to make some tools, okay? So there you go. So this is the size. Why don't I cut this at a 90-degree angle first? So that's, we have a nice 90-degree cut there. Okay. Okay, that's a good start. And now I'm just going to measure this distance. Like that. I don't know if I will dress up all of them with the sandpaper or just maybe a couple. Let's see. Now I need to know this width. Yeah, how should I do this? How about this way? Is that gonna work? I hope so. It should work. Okay, let's see if this works. Maybe I cut up 2 of them. Is that the right width? It's slightly bigger. I think I can make an adjustment. It's not 100% parallel, that's the problem. All right. So this fits nicely. It's also a little bit too long. All right. Well, I can cut this later. Now let's try this. This fits nicely. So it's very unlikely that most viewers will be able to make this at home because you do need a milling machine to make these. So, but I'm still streaming this because why not? For some reason, they're coming out a little bit lopsided. You see? It's wider here than here. So but we don't need precision on this. All right, so now let's see. It's self-adhesive, so I just, we need to peel this off. It's static. Okay. Okay. It sticks out a little bit, so I'm happy with this. This looks really good. And it's a nice addition to the toolbox. And now when I grip it like this, now it's not likely to slide. All right, so my fingers hit the spot where the sandpaper is, right? Can polish the frets this way. Pretty good, yeah. So let's mount these two. So I'm going to keep one as a template. So this one isn't exact. Let me keep another one for none of them are exact. Okay. So this is the 1 millimeter radius. And then I have the 1.5. How about this one? I'm gonna get all the dust off because we want to have a good adhesion. I am actually really happy with the results so far. I wish I could make a bunch of them so that I could sell them. Maybe I will try if I can be more efficient with my time. But these 6 pieces, they took, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours to make. So I'm not really sure that it makes sense to work on these. You know, I can obviously work on guitars instead. Okay. Oh, and I really like how it's completely flat with the surface, but you can really feel that this is rough, obviously. Actually, it's slightly recessed, which is good because it's not rubbing against. When you stack them up, they're not going to be damaging the adjacent ones, because I'm going to be keeping them together somehow. Maybe I'll even make a little box for them. I don't know. So 2 of them are finished. I got 4 more. Yeah, I might as well do this. So I didn't cut this at a 90-degree angle. So that's why they were a little bit lopsided. Okay. So I think this should be a perfect square, right? Or rectangle. Okay. We have this. Aligning it like this, and here. Okay. Perfect. So like this, I align it. And now I align the straight edge. I can see how it kind of wiggles a little bit, so I guess I gotta use my best judgment. It doesn't have to be super precise, but it does need to fit inside the little space, and it does. Okay. I am getting better at this, but I think you can see how this is not really a financially doable project. Am I going to be able to get 2 out of this? Possibly. So I have at the end, I'm going to put this one here so that this can be flat against the one that I'm cutting. Okay, so I need 8 of them. 3, 4, 6. So I'm gonna need 1 more. No problem. Let me see. Okay. Once again, keep it clean. Yeah, a lot of luthiers make their own tools. You can't buy everything all the time because luthier tools are very expensive. And obviously no one sells these, not to my knowledge. But I get really good results with the experimental ones, which I guess I'm going to throw away now. Okay. So hold on, I got 3 more, right? Okay, yeah. So I'm missing 2. I know it's kind of difficult to figure out what I'm doing if you join this live stream midway. I'm making these little tools to polish the frets. I don't know what to call them, so I call them fret cauls. Not C-A-L-L, but C-U-L-L. So that's what I decided to call them. I don't know if there's an official name for these. I had to buy a whole bunch of miniature end mills, ball nose end mills to make these on my milling machine. And they came out good. Look at that. All right, so this is the, it says 1.5 plus, right? So it's a bit bigger than 1.5 millimeter radius. Okay. So it's a bit bigger than this one. This one's a 1.5. So I'll see what works best once I start using them. This is the biggest one, 2.5 millimeter radius. And, well, since I need one of these as a template, I need to cut more. So let's do that. Just want to make sure that I am cutting at a 90-degree angle. Slight adjustment. Okay, don't need this anymore. That's the P180 grit sandpaper. And here. Let's make sure this is tight. It is. Okay, so I use this one. Now, since I'm doing this, I'm going to 2 more just to have a couple of spare ones. Or maybe if I make more of these calls, then I already have these. Okay. Okay, so I got 2 more to finish. And then we can put a guitar on the bench. I do have an appointment. This is almost 5 p.m. now, so I have a 5:30. So I'm not sure what I'm going to put on the bench. I might not be putting anything on the bench that I'm going to be streaming. I don't live stream every project that I put on the bench. So I might do some work on a guitar that's not going to be on any live streams, just so that I can be ready for the 5:30 p.m. appointment. A guy is bringing a Martin guitar. Let's just hope it doesn't have too many of the typical Martin issues. And where's, that's the last one. You see, they're kind of like invisible. So this makes them more visible. I like that. Maybe I should have used opaque acrylic instead. Next time. I could have used like black and red and green or yellow, whatever, to represent different sizes. So that would be an improvement if I ever make these in the future. Color-coded. Okay. I'm done with this. Spare ones. And this is garbage. So these are kind of annoying because they stick to the skin due to static buildup. All right, let's have a look. All right, so first, this is how they work. So this sandpaper has been used, right? This one is clearly fresh. You see, one of those things just sticks to my skin. I can't throw it away. All right, so let's say this is the 1.5, for example, right? Just like that. Wrap it around. This little corner protects this part of the hand, and that's it. And I can polish the fret. Now, with a fresh sandpaper, I would actually want to start here. And then work my way up each time I polish a new fret, I move it, right? I like them. So like I said, I have 6 sizes now. Let's see how this goes. And let me just flip them like this. Okay, so they're not in order, but I'm just going to show you through the microscope. This is it. So this is the big one. And where's the little one? This is it. Right? And then sizes in between. Okay. I'm done. Okay, friends. I see some familiar faces here. So here we are. My like, LOL. Okay. Watch, boys. Sorry, I missed the start. It's a milled concave edge to match the fret top. Question mark. Yeah. So not to match it, because, well, yeah, to match it, once you put the sandpaper in between the fret top and the polishing caul. Again, I don't know what to call them, but I'm just going to call them cauls. Okay. Dr. Jeffrey Boyle gave me his usual smiley face, guitar, and done. And when polishing with sandpaper, does it wear down the frets? Yeah, any polishing wears down the frets. Any polishing, any buffing does that. That's what polishing and buffing is. That's why we need to pick the correct grit so that we don't remove more material than we need to. So I have a microscope, and you know, sometimes I look at the fret to see what kind of scratches it has to kind of determine, do I want to start with 800 grit or 600 grit or 1000 grit. Again, I need to remove the material around the scratches. So depending on how deep, how big the scratches are, I try to, you know, use my best judgment which sandpaper to use as the starting grit. So let's say if I use 600 grit, the next one will be 800, and then 1000, then 1500. If I start with 800, then next one is 1000, etc., right? But if the frets are really, really rough, you need to start maybe even with 400. And when I say 400, I do mean P400, right? So that's that. Okay, friends, I have a 5:30 appointment in a half hour, and I still need to exchange a couple of text messages because he wants to bring a base as well. And I did tell him that he didn't reply. So I need to get that ironed out with a customer before he brings something that is not on the agenda for today. Yeah, so friends, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this impromptu live stream. So these are my new polishing cauls, and that's it. I gotta go. 5 of you watching, 5 likes, fantastic. Okay, thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.